Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day so far and it's had a good past couple of days. There were no videos because there were really small slates and I didn't find any picks that I liked and I just didn't want to force any picks as always. But I'm obviously gonna have a video for today because tomorrow's Saturday, a lot of games to go through. It's a big slate. I try to go try to find plays that I liked and went through all the games. But I know Underdog has most of the games out. PrizePicks doesn't, so they're still missing a lot of props. So as always, if I do have any added plays, I will add them in the pinned comment. Usually about an hour to 30 minutes before the game starts. I might have them even before that, as the lines come out and stuff like that. But I didn't want to make the video super late. Didn't want to delay it. There were still plenty that I found. So let's go ahead and get straight into those. And the first one is Erling Haaland to go higher. Then 3.5 shots playing at home for Manchester City, going up against Bournemouth. He's averaged so far 4.78 shots per 90 in the league. He's gone over in his last 4 out of 5 in the league, and he went over in one out of 2 games for the Bournemouth last season. He had 4 against them away. He went under with 3 at home, but he did get subbed out at halftime. I'm sure maybe might have been for a tactical reason. It wasn't due to injury, but he had 3 by the half at home. He would have easily gone over in both games. He's a shooter. He finds space in behind. He's probably the best he is for sure the best player at finding space in behind defenders and finding them. He's rarely found offside. He's just a great striker. He finds the space no matter what. And Bournemouth don't keep possession versus big teams, which just means more opportunities for Haaland to get those chances. Grealish, Doku, and Savinho, all wingers for Manchester City, are all injured. So City will likely be playing 7 midfielders. That includes Kovacic, Foden, Carl Lewis, Nunez, Bernardo Silva. There's going to be a lot of midfielders. No wingers, which if anything, that just means that Erling's going to be the main attacking piece as always. Usually you can find some space with Savinho and Doku, but now they're going to be playing midfielders. They're going to need to try to find Haaland because they're not those type of players to go out there and score goals, while Haaland is just him and Foden. So if anything, it's going to be more responsibility for him, more passes getting played towards him. So it just means more opportunities for him in general. He was rested in the EFL Cup game, I believe, against Tottenham. Bournemouth are also weak in the air, and obviously Haaland's a big body. He's 6'4", something like that, 6'5", who can find the space. He's going to have the chances, it's just whether he takes them. We don't even need them to be on target. We're just taking the shots. If it gets bumped up to 4, you can take it. I like Erling Haaland to go higher than 3.5 shots. My next prop is Andrej Kramaric to go higher than 2.5 shots playing at home for Hoffenheim going up against St. Pauli. He's gone over in all 3 home games, and he's gone way over in all 3 home games. He's had 4 against Kiel, 4 against Leverkusen, and 5 against Bochum. And he's also been more attacking, as in taking more shots ever since Bayer and Weghorst left. He has Holschek and Butler up top now, who are willing to pass the ball a lot more. Weghorst and Bayer were more players that you had to feed them, find them in the space, and which is why he had a lot of chances created last season. But now with Holschek and Butler, they're also players and strikers that also like to pass the ball as well, which has translated to Kramaric taking more shots, and he's gone over in all 3 games at home, like I mentioned before. And Hoffenheim and St. Pauli are both close to the relegation zone. St. Pauli's in the relegation playoffs, so both teams need to win, which means both teams are going to be aggressive, are going to be shooting a lot. And I expect full minutes for him. He's a very important player, their best player, their captain. He's going to be there. So far, he's taken 12 shots from inside the box, 6 from outside, 12 with his right, 4 with his left. And then last season, he took 39 shots from inside the box and 30 from outside the box. So he's willing to take those shots from inside and out. So wherever he finds his space, he will take them. So he will shoot. And Pauli on average have allowed 14.5 shots away from home, which is still a decent amount. They're not aggressive, so don't fight for the ball when they lose it, and they don't play possession, which means Hoffenheim can take advantage of that and have more possession than what they usually do, which means more chances for Kramaric. And because they're not aggressive, Kramaric can go up there and dribble, take those long shots if he needs to. And I just like the line here. I like Andrej Kramaric to go higher than 2.5 shots. My last prop is Szmodics to go higher than 2 shots playing at home for Ipswich going up against Leicester. If it gets bumped up to 2.5, you can still easily take it there. I'll explain why. He's only gone over in 2 out of 5 starts, but he's had tough matchups, hence why I believe this line is low, because he's only gone over in 2 out of 5 starts. The 3 that he went on was against Brighton, Fulham, and Manchester City. But last season in the championship, He averaged 3.34 shots per 90, and he went from taking 3 away to 3.5 at home. So he takes more at home than he does away. And most importantly, he played Leicester 3 times last season and went over in all 3 games, smashing this line. He had 5 shots against them away, 7 shots against them at home, 6 shots against them away. He just absolutely smashed this line, and I think he easily gets 2 here. Leicester have, on average, allowed 28 shots away from home, which is a lot of shots. He's easily going to find those 2. They allow long shots. Sam takes long shots. He took 100 from inside the box last season, 45 from outside, so about 33% of his shots are from outside the box. He has a good matchup, good history. He is the shooter. I think they're underestimating his line because of the players he's faced. There's no reason to over-explain it. I like this line. I like Sam, Szmodics to go higher than 2 shots. Before I get into the rest of the picks, just want to quickly mention I have my codes in the description for my player prop apps where I do the player props, underdog, and PrizePicks, linked in the description. And then if you're interested in the YouTube memberships, if for us I want to get the plays out in videos before everyone else, try to avoid potential bumps, plays getting taken away, stuff like that. Also a great way to support the channel, linked in the description. And I use Fliff for our moneyline plays, also linked in the description. I'm trying out another sports book, an actual sports book. I didn't even know I had here, but I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes, and then maybe I'll start adding plays on that. But I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. My first moneyline play is the Manchester City moneyline going up against Bournemouth, playing away from home. You can get this at -185. I like the value you're getting here, and I feel like the reason why you're getting the value is because of the injuries that I mentioned before with Doku, Savinho, and Grealish. But they're still Manchester City, and they'll still find a way to get the win. They still have plenty of capable players. They still have Haaland. They still have Foden. They still have Gundogan. They still have Bernardo Silva. They still have their defense and Diaz. They have Ederson. They still have a good team, and they beat them in both games last season. And in the game where they played them away, the lineups were pretty similar in the fact that they used Nunez on the side, Silva. They had all the wingers out and played all midfielders. So they've already beat them pretty much in a kind of similar lineup that they had last season. And Bournemouth have still conceded 11 goals in 9 games, so it's not like they're great defensively. Villa scored 1. They should have scored way more. The keeper for Bournemouth had a 7 save, with Aston Villa projected to score 3.23 goals, so he just had a performance of a lifetime. Liverpool scored 3 on them. Chelsea scored 1. And in those 3 games when they played against big teams, they are scoreless in all 3, so they're yet to score against those big teams. And City, like I said, still have a good defense. They're 3rd best in the league, conceding 99. And it's just Man City. They'll outscore Bournemouth. They'll find a way to win. Bournemouth might not even score against City. They're still a good team. They need this win to stay top of the table, and I expect them to do that here. So I like the Manchester City money line going up against Bournemouth. My next one, they let us down last time, but I'm taking them again, and it's a Juventus money line away from home going up against Udinese. You can get this at -115. Juventus need to start converting draws to wins and get more points from there. They're in 2 back-to-back draws against Parma and against Inter Milan. They still have the best defense in the league, which is why I like this prop. They've only conceded 7 goals in 10 games, so they concede less than a goal a game. And they're still undefeated with 4 wins and 6 draws. Again, they need to convert those draws to wins. Udinese have 4 wins and 1 loss at home, which might seem good. But look, if you look at the opponents that they've won against, other than Lazio, the other ones have been Como, Lecce, and Cagliari. And when they've played against other big teams, they've lost to Inter, they've lost to Roma, they've lost to AC Milan. They struggle against big teams. Juventus like to play a lot of through balls and counterattacks, and Udinese are weak versus through balls, and most importantly, they try to play offside trap, and if they do that, it's going to be very, very dangerous against Juventus. They will take advantage of those chances. It's going to be dangerous for them, and they need this win before they travel to Lille in the Champions League. Juventus are just a much better team. They still have much capable players with McKennie, Weah. They still have Vlahovic. They still have plenty of players. They just need to wake up, and I expect them to do that against this Udinese side. So I like the Juventus money line going up against them. And the last play that I like is the Hoffenheim money line playing at home going up against St. Pauli. You can currently get this at -130 on Fliff. Other than the 3-0 win that St. Pauli had against Freiburg, they've only scored 2 goals in 6 games, and in those games they've had 2 draws and 5 losses, so they're not a great team at all. They're a bad team. They can't score, while Hoffenheim's ability to score has carried them this season, or they could have been doing worse, but because of their ability to score, they're not at the very bottom, and that also happened last season as well. They've scored 10 goals in 4 home games so far this season, so over 2 goals a game at home, and they scored 28 goals in 17 games last season. So again, their ability to score is what's going to carry them in this game as well. They've only had 2 wins so far this season, and they've both been at home. They're playing at home now, and Hoffenheim is right above St. Pauli. St. Pauli's in the relegation zone, so they need to take advantage of this. Hoffenheim shouldn't even be as low as they are. They're a much better team than that. It's just their defensive weaknesses that has allowed them to go this low. But against St. Pauli, I don't expect it to be an issue, especially because they can definitely outscore St. Pauli. And St. Pauli's still without their main attacker, who has 4 goals and assists out of St. Pauli's total 5, I believe. So out of the 5 goals they scored, 4 of them were for one player, and he's injured, so he's gone. So even their main attacking output is completely gone. And Hoffenheim should easily be able to find a lot of chances. Yeah, it's just going to be too much for St. Pauli to handle. So I like Hoffenheim to get their 3rd win and try to get out of that relegation zone. So I like the Hoffenheim money line going up against St. Pauli. Thank you everybody for watching. Before I get into the last video, before I get into all of that, I just want to quickly say, first of all, congratulations to the final round, aka Jordan, who recently hit 40,000 subscribers. He's the main reason why I started doing this YouTube. He's been pushing me to do this a year before I even started. He's just a great person. He does a lot of things that people don't know about, and he never takes credit for it. He's a great guy. He has, unfortunately, he's mentioned before, the reason why he started his YouTube channel was because of, unfortunately, him and his wife had lost his daughter due to a miscarriage, and it was a way for him to get his mind off of things. He also, unfortunately, had another death due to his baby being born too early, which is why when you watch his videos, he has those sleeveless tops and he has those tattoos. It's for them, and he's just a really great soul. He deserves everything he gets. And I just want to quickly mention that I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him. A lot of my audience came from his YouTube channel, so for those of you guys that have joined and it wasn't through him and found me on YouTube, I started because of him. So just want to quickly thank him and just support him and congratulate him on his 40,000 subscriber mark. But quickly going over last video's picks from 2-3 days ago. It was a 4-3 day, not a great day, not a bad day. It was an okay day. Moneyline, we hit that one. Atalanta -1.5. It was sweaty. They came through last minute. They won by 2. We had DiMarco added play. He pushed at 2. We had Gakpo added play, higher than 2, hit. Ugarte added play as well, higher on passes, hit as well. We had Summer under saves, that one hit, and then the 3 that missed were the combo, and that only missed because of the red card that I believe Udinese had, which was unfortunate for us. We had Vlahovic higher than 1.5 shots on target. He had 2 really clear chances where he had open shots and he blew them over the crossbar. That was just unfortunate. And then we have Marco Karnaszewski, also very unfortunate. He had 3 saves. The other team only had 4 shots. They shouldn't even have had 3 on target, and those 3 that had on target were just long shots, desperate shots that were easy shots for him to get. So we were just unfortunate to not. It could have easily been a sweep day, but it wasn't. Not a bad day, not a great day. Hopefully with this big slate coming up, we can do much better. As always, if I have any added plays, will be in the YouTube pinned comment in this video, and then I'll have a free Discord if you want to join that as well, where people talk about their own lines, their own plays, their own slips, other sports and stuff like that. Linked in the description as well. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.